friends. Happy Thursday. Oh my goodness. How are you? I'm a little tired today. I'm a little emotional today. Let's just say that. It has been an emotional day for me. I don't know if you ever get that way where you just wake up and you just miss somebody so bad. That's how it's been for me. But it is like 63 degrees out. This morning we ran into town and we went to Caledonia and pick up some auction winnings, and I actually got something this time, not Mr. Jerry, and I forgot to bring it in, so I'll have to snap a picture or a video of it. But it is a vintage utensil holder, and it is a grandma style. She looks just like a grandma with her apron, and behind her is an opening where you could have put some utensils behind her. And she's pretty good size. So I really love that type of stuff because I think it reminds me of the time with my grandma. So, and then we went over to Mooville to where we buy our milk, which is a dairy farm that has several Mooville ice cream places in Michigan. And it is made with A2 milk. And the milk that I get there, I can drink. It doesn't bother me like some milks do. So we went over there and he picked up 3 gallons, and we already had 1 gallon in the refrigerator, so I will make my yogurt out of the 1 gallon. But and then we came back into town and went to Aldi's, and I picked up some baby carrots and some grapes, the red and the green, and what else did I get? Apples. I was out of apples. Picked up some apples. We picked up 2 pieces of cheesecake slices for Easter because it's just going to be him and I for Easter this year. Our son and his wife will probably be home, and our daughter and her husband will have just gotten back from a 5-day cruise, and so I don't blame them for not wanting to come down, because after you've been gone, you know how, and they both work full time, so they need that downtime before work. So it's just going to be Jerry and I, and ham isn't something that really particularly is something that we have to have. Like at Thanksgiving, we all know that we would like to have a turkey, even though we can have it anytime, but you know, you don't for some reason. So he makes a mean Swiss steak. So that's what he's going to do. And his Swiss steak is just a round steak. He buys the lean round steak and cuts it up into pieces, and then he tenderizes it. And sometimes if he's lucky, he can get it tenderized. And all we do to make it tender is just, you know, flour and a meat tenderizer hammer. I'm of the old school. I get out a small round plate and I beat the living daylights out of it because that's how I was taught. But his mom always had a metal tenderizer thing, but not us. So, and then you just brown it up on both sides just to get a little bit of a brown searing on it. And then he does cream of mushroom soup. We have our own cream of mushroom powder stuff that we do, and then he will just add the water to it, and then he'll add mushrooms to it. And then that bakes for an hour and a half to 2 hours, something like that. I think at 350 or 3 1/4 covered. So his mom always made it, but she always liked it with a tomato base. And he wasn't the greatest fan, well, he doesn't like tomatoes anyways, the biggest fan of that. And I really didn't care for it either. And then one time we found a recipe that used the cream of mushroom soup in it, and we were sold. And even our kids love it. So that will be our Easter dinner. But we don't have really any plans. But, you know, every once in a while you need to have some type of dessert to treat yourself. And I will just allow the points for it and go from there. That's why there's only 2 pieces, because at Aldi's you can buy 6 pieces or you can buy 2. So we got the 2, and they were the plain cheesecakes. We'll see if it makes it though until Sunday. And the scary thing is that the preservatives that it must have, because it says sell by date March 11th. It's like, call. So, but then we came home and he took a nap, and, well, we both had lunch here, and he took a nap, and then I came in here to cut on my strips for that quilt that's so long, and I thought I had enough white, because it was a good chunk I pulled out of my stash, and I only got 78 pieces of that 2.5 by 8 inch. So I have bits and pieces of another white that has a similar design in it, but not the same. And so I'll just cut the rest of that to get the rest of them, which means that all the stuff I pulled will only have so much of the colors, so I might have to go stash diving and pull out maybe some reds, or I don't know, greens, or more greens, or yellows, or something. I don't know. So we'll see how much I need. So, but then I got to sitting here just thinking, I better say hello to my YouTube friends and get this uploaded and stuff, because, yeah, I don't think I want to do this today. Cut on them. And tomorrow's Good Friday, and we would go to a community-wide Good Friday service up in Kalamazoo. There was like 7 churches that came together, and it was like a 2-hour thing. And every year each church did something different. And that was really good. That was really good. Talk about diversity. You had from your African Americans to, you know, well, you know, you have your type of church services that are quiet, and then you have your other church services that people are up and down, up and down. And this one was more up and down, and we loved it. But that hasn't happened in a long time. So, and we don't have too many around here that does the Good Friday services. The church that my mom goes to in person and that we watch online, they have something, I think, at noon and at 6, and it's a station thing. So you the different stations of how Jesus, you know, walked before his before he was crucified. And then there is communion there, where you can have the wafer and the grape juice, and you just take your time at each station. I think there's 7 stations. And you just go to each station and read what's there, and, you know. But Jerry doesn't like that type of stuff. He'd rather go to a service. So, and I know if I said something that he would go with, you know, go with me to it, but we'll see. We're supposed to get some bad storms tomorrow. It's supposed to be 75. The rain's supposed to start tonight and end in about afternoon. And then, of course, when it's really warm, it's supposed to get kind of stormy. So, but other than that, just been, we've both been talking about our grandmas and how we miss our grandmas and how long the time has been. And you don't realize how quickly time flies. I mean, sometimes you do, but not when somebody has been gone. My grandma was, it's at 1990. She's been gone, and it doesn't seem that long. But some days I just wish I could talk to Grandma because she made everything right. Oh, but anywho, remember, this is only Thursday. It feels like Friday. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and put my feet up and get my drink and go knit some on my sock. I got the first sock done last night, and so I'm just starting the cuff of the second sock. So, but tomorrow is official weigh-in, a new weigh-in day, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know. You feel like you've done good all week, but you also feel like the scale is just not going to be your friend tomorrow or whatever day you weigh in. And some weeks that you are dreading the scale because you weren't good all week. So, but yeah. I'm just trying to think of stuff I was going to talk about, and there really wasn't too much. Tomorrow I hope to show you that paper piecing project that I had started like 30 years ago. And that's about all I've really been. I haven't even worked on that, so I haven't worked on too much. Last night I just sat there and just watched TV, and I didn't do any type of crafts. Once I got my Easter embroidery done, that's done, and I haven't picked up the crochet hook to crochet on the blanket. Sometimes I think we all get into those slumps where we just don't want to do anything, and it's just easier just to sit and veg. And sometimes I think that's the body saying you just need to slow down a little bit. So, but we have no plans for tomorrow, and really for the weekend we don't have any plans. There is a couple of estate sales, but nothing that Jerry wanted to go to. And there's an auction that's an hour away, but he doesn't feel like driving an hour away. He did so much yesterday that I think he's kind of hurting today, because he got right at all the stuff he did yesterday at 9:30 in the morning, and he didn't stop until like 5:30 last night. So, and now he'll probably go out and do a little bit more. So, but other than that, my friends, I'm going to let you go. I am going to turn the lights off in here and go out into the sunroom because we've been gone most of the day, and pick up my knitting, I think. And then find something to watch on TV. So, thanks for listening, my friends. Sorry it's not upbeat or anything, but, today it's just an emotional day. I think that we all have those. Whether we like to admit it or not, we all have those days. We don't know what's wrong. We just don't feel like ourselves. And then old memories sneak in, so. But anywho. Thanks for listening, my friends. I will chit-chat with you later. You have a great rest of whatever day that you see this. And I am so thankful and so grateful for you. And hopefully you'll come back Friday to see that paper piecing thing and anything else that I might be working on. And who knows, maybe later I'll come in here and finish cutting everything, but we'll see. Talk to you soon, my friends. Hey friends, so I decided that I did not want to finish cutting, and instead it is Easter weekend and I have a freebie Easter chart cross stitch from Sweet Wing Studio, and so it's only like a 4x6, something like that. So I decided to pull the colors for that. So I'm hoping this will work. These colors will show up on this. And this is 14 count. Ada is from Silk Weaver, and it's a 10x10 piece called Picky Purple. But these are all the colors right here that is in it. So I am going to set here and I'm going to start working on this cross stitch thing. So I just wanted to show you. Hey friends, thanks for watching. Hope to see you back on Friday.